Hi, and welcome to another video for Year 7 Maths, still under the topic ratio rate in time chapter. But today we are going to deal with foreign exchange rate because here you have to encounter about changing a country's currency into another country's currency, and you will have to use foreign exchange rate. Now you will also have to distinguish between selling and buying rates. Now I will explain later. So let's start with here. So for example, for Brunei, we have Brunei dollars. So for each country, they have their own currency, right? So the value of the Brunei dollar, when you want to exchange with the currency of another country, it depends on what we call foreign exchange rate. So let's start with example number 1 over here. Aiman wants to travel to Kota Kinabalu. The current exchange rate is Brunei dollar. $1 is equivalent to Ringgit Malaysia $3.08. So what he is doing is he exchanges Brunei dollar 300 to Malaysian dollar. So how many dollars will he get? So what you're going to do is you want to find the Malaysian dollar for 300 Brunei dollar, right? So what you're going to do is we will use Brunei dollar to Ringgit Malaysia ratio. So you know that from here, 1 Brunei dollar is $3.08 Ringgit Malaysia. So you want to find, what if you have 300 Brunei dollar? So the RM you will label as X. So what you are going to do next is what we call cross multiplication method, since this is quite proportional to each other. So because here, when you have 1 Brunei dollar, you want to increase to 300 Brunei dollar, the Ringgit Malaysia will also increase. So what's going to happen next is that you have X equal to 300 times 3.08. So the Malaysian dollar that he will get is RM 924 here. Okay, so when you use the calculator, you can get this answer straight away. Now let's have a look here. In money changes, you will see the foreign exchange rates given as follows over here. So here in example number 2, you have the table of the currency and selling and buying. So what does that mean? So selling rate is the rate the bank will sell the currency. So for example, if you want to buy Australian dollar, you have to pay the money changer $1, 117 for 1 Australian dollar. So that's for selling, because here the money changer is selling. What about buying? The buying part here is that when you have Australian dollar that you want to sell to the money changer, so the money changer will buy at this rate. So 1 Australian dollar that you have, they will give you $1 2901. Okay, so that's for the pound sterling. So let's start with the example over here. So here, okay, let's say that Judy wants to change 500 Australian dollar. He wants to change this into Brunei dollar. So how many Brunei dollars will she get? So here, I already gave the clue over here. The bank will buy the Australian dollar. So you will have to use the rate over here. 1 Australian dollar is 1.2901 Brunei dollars. So what you're going to do afterward is quite similar to what you have done previously, which is you have to write down the rate. Australian dollar 1 is Brunei dollar 1.2901. So this is the first rate that you have, and the next one is you have to find you have to write down where is 500 Australian dollar. You have to put it on the left side. So 500 equals to, you want Brunei dollars, you want to know it, so you will give X. So same working, cross multiplication, and straight away X will be 500 times 1.2901. So your X will be Brunei dollar. If you calculate using a calculator, you will get 645.0 0.5. Okay, $6.45, $645.05. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Arshia wants to change 6,000 Brunei dollars, wow, okay, to pound sterling. So here, how many pound sterling will she get? So since the bank sells, you want to go to the money changer or banks to change into foreign currency. So obviously you are buying from them. So they will sell it to you. So you have to use the selling rate. So same working over here. You have to use a pound. So the symbol for pound sterling and then Brunei dollar. And you know that 1 pound sterling is 2.0904 Brunei dollar according to the selling rate. So what you're going to do next is to put 6,000 Brunei dollar on the second line. So second line here, 6,000 Brunei dollar will be on the right side. And you want to know what's the amount in pound sterling. So you are doing the same working over here. You have to cross multiply. So you will get 6,000 times 1 is 6,000. So equals 2.0904 times x. So a little bit of algebra here, but it's only basic. So do not worry too much. So what we're going to do next is to divide 2.0904x by 2.0904 because you want to find x. So obviously you have to do the same thing on the left. So therefore, you will have, once you calculate using a calculator, you will get how many pounds? So you will get 2870.26. That's according to my calculator. Okay, so that's for the second example. Now let's move on to the next example over here. Okay, now example 3. Which country sells the digital camera at a cheaper price and by how much? So here you have to answer two questions away. Which country sells at cheaper price and it is cheaper by how much? So you have to use the exchange rate over here. It's given already for you. So here you look at the diagram over here. In Brunei, you have the price in Brunei dollar. But in Germany, they are using euro. So the euro that is given is 380 euro. Now, how do you want to compare between which one is cheaper? So you have to use the same currency. Basically here, you have to change both of the money over here into the same currency. But we will choose to use Brunei dollar for both. So you have to change the Germany euro 380 into Brunei dollar. So let's start with, okay, giving some space. So you have the rate ready. You can see your rate. So you know that 1 pound and Brunei dollar. So 1 pound is $1.8210. And the second line, 380 euro equals what? So here, same working. You have to cross multiply. So here you will get x equals 380 times 1.8210. Okay, just ignore the 0. So what you are going to do next is that you have to get the answer here. And you will get Brunei dollar 691 and then 98 cent. So here this is equal to Brunei dollar 69. Okay, let me just let me just give a little bit space for that. Okay, Brunei dollar is 691.98, and you can see that the ones it is cheaper in Brunei. So you have to answer this. So Brunei, okay, Brunei sells the digital camera at a cheaper price, right? Brunei sells at a cheaper price, and it is by how much? So you have to calculate When when you want to know how much is the cheaper one, you have to find the difference between this. So you have to subtract 691.98 and subtract by 650. So it is by, okay, by how much? So here it will be Brunei dollar, and then you have subtract, after some subtraction you will get it is cheaper by $41.98. But here you can also use you can also change Brunei dollar into euro, so you can say that it is cheaper by how many euro, up to you to choose. So I think that's it for the foreign exchange rate. I hope that it's quite simple to understand, and that's it. Thank you very much and see you again.